Hello, hello, good evening. Welcome to tonight's restorative session for a restless mind. And oh my goodness, I think there's so many people out there who can totally relate to a restless mind because that's generally the world that we live in. And of course, every single restorative yoga class that we do does address this restless mind. Today, though, we'll set that kind of extra intention to address it and to not having to fix it, that's a whole different thing, but to become aware of it and to allow it and to be with it. Uh, what should I say about the restless mind? Well, before we even go there, see, there goes my restless mind. Let's make sure that you have everything that you need. Have your two blocks or books with you, your two pillows, or if you've got bolsters, bolsters are good, and one or two blankets. Today, for extra special, you're going to need a chair, or maybe it's not so special. Uh, After all, well, it is because it's an excellent pose, but you've done it before because we've done it before. Chair, legs up the chair. So either be by a chair or a wall. And of course, if you have your eye pillow, go ahead and make sure that you grab your eye pillow as well so that you have it ready for whenever it's time to go ahead and sit back and lie in our restorative postures. So, this week, I have been reading The Open Focus Brain by Les Bemy. And oh, shoot, there's Jim Robbins, is it? Sorry if I got the two authors wrong, but Les Bemy is one of them for sure. And in short, one of the concepts, like the main concept, is that oftentimes the world that we live in, there's this thing called narrow focus and open focus. And the world that we live in, if you're in North America for sure, is usually that of narrow focused, meaning that we are in beta brain waves, like we're really on. We really need to be focusing. We really need to be concentrating. That's the exact brain state that you need to be in to usually when people tell you to focus or pay attention and be productive. So you're always just on. And when you move into open focus, however, that's when you get into the slower brain waves, the alpha brain waves, and you're more in a state of flow. Some might even call it creativity. Others may attribute it to feeling relaxed or rested. And both are needed in their own way. The only thing is, though, you can probably see where I'm going with this. If we're mostly in narrow, focused mind, we're just always on. And our body rarely gets the message that it's okay. It's okay to rest and it's okay to slow down. So we live in this fast paced world and we get hardwired into this way of being that is more fast paced and super, super productive. And what's worse is that we get accolades and rewarded the more productive we are, the less sleep that we get, and the more we work, right? That's kind of the whole analogy of going to work and saying, oh, I only slept 5 hours last night because I worked so hard. And the next person saying, well, I only slept for 3 hours because I was up doing so many things. It's almost like this boasting that you do with each other. Well, the problem with that is that not only does your body not have a chance to come back down to rest, it doesn't know how to come back down to rest. It's so hardwired that even when you get space to stop physically, um, maybe to sit down and have a little bit of peace and quiet, which is something that so many of us wish for, you don't really know what to do with yourself with that peace and quiet because the mind starts reeling, or you find yourself in an anxious state, or feeling a little bit depressed, or having trouble sleeping. Your body and your mind have forgotten how to slow down and have forgotten how to rest. So, that is what we're going to focus on tonight. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and find yourself in Sukhasana, or if your knees are injured or sore, have your legs stretched out. That is good as well. Hands cupped over your knees or palms face the sky. Long, deep inhale. And exhale. Nice, gently allow your eyes to float close. Perfect. The first few moments are just simply here for you to take time and permission to arrive. And as all the scattered pieces of yourself come back together, and as you begin to drop into your body, begin to take inventory, a scan from your head all the way down to your toes, just simply noticing how everything is feeling. And if there's tension anywhere, just simply in your mind's eye, asking that part to soften. And I'll guide you through for the sake of, once again, um, helping the system to practice rest. So begin at the top of your head, noticing the top of your head, noticing your face. If there's anywhere that's holding tension, just simply soften your neck and your shoulders. How do they feel today? Both arms. Can you sense the contact point between your hands or your wrists against your knees? And without moving any part of your body, can you sense the sensation, feel the sensation of your legs or your pant leg against your hands or your wrists? Feel all 10 fingers. Maybe even noticing a sensation, whether it be warm or cool. Your throat, your chest, and your ribs, noticing where they're at right now. Your entire back. Feel your entire spine lengthen as you sit a little bit taller with a sense of energy about it, but still with ease. Your hips, your legs, your knees, your calves, all 10 toes. Sometimes when we've been dissociated from our bodies, as in we've kind of checked out because our heads are just too wrapped up in stuff that's happening, you may forget little parts of our body like our toes. Can you feel your toes? Give them a wiggle if you need. Nice. And if you can feel them, now you've arrived. Finally, feel the soles of your feet. And then notice your whole body overall. Your whole body. How are you doing today? I'm not asking with any expectation of outcome, not asking in need to judge or even to fix. Simple, no strings attached, earnest curiosity. How are you doing today? Naturally, this question draws you into the monkey mind. So, well, if we're going to go there anyways, let's go ahead. Take a pit stop there. Again, just picturing this little monkey as the metaphor for how your mind might be feeling or might be doing. And is it running around today? Does it feel like it's got a sugar high? scared, maybe kind of tucking away into the corners of your mind, not really wanting to be seen. Is it doing okay, sitting calmly, just being at peace? Even in that simple awareness, something's already shifted. You don't know what you don't know, but when you do have awareness in your state, your surroundings, and most importantly, awareness of your inner world, you can then begin to choose to make choices or change things around. It's going to be more conducive to a joyful and fulfilling life, which I think we can all agree on is ultimately what we all want: joy, peace, fulfillment. Okay, wherever you are today in your body and your monkey mind, let's do two cleansing breaths to wash off all that does not serve us and sink in a little bit deeper into this presence. So, first, releasing breath, long, deep inhale through your nose. And don't hold back, side out through your mouth. One more long, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, side out through your mouth. Nice. Let go of all that does not serve you: thoughts, interactions, experiences, memories from today, from a week ago, from years ago. Let it all go. And now take the part of you that feels the most dissatisfied, most gray, blah, unfun. And let's break the pattern. Because just like how narrow focused living can be hardwired into us, so is everything else, including our thoughts and how we think and how we perceive ourselves. So just choose one right now, something that is dissatisfying you. And we're going to break the pattern by taking two even deeper releasing breaths. We've done this one before. Okay, long, deep inhale through your nose. And just when you think that you have no more air to inhale, inhale a little bit more. A little bit more yet. Hold it. I know, hold it. And then do not hold back. Exhale. Letting it all go. Signaling to the brain that you're ready to break this. You don't want to be stuck in this hardwired cycle anymore. One more time. Inhale, long, deep inhale through your nose. Fill up your heart, fill up your lungs. Another sip of air. One last sip of air. Hold it there for 2 counts, for 1 and for 2. And don't hold back. Exhale. Changing your physiology. Changing your breath changes your physiology. Changing your physiology changes your mood. You change your mood, you change how you act, how you think, and then finally how you act, and therefore your life. Okay, let's go deeper into rest. This is the last breathing exercise that we're going to do before we move into our restorative poses. Okay, inhale through your nose. Let it be smooth. Let it be full. Nothing's forcing, so your shoulders aren't shrugging up to your ears. And when you exhale, exhale through your nose. And this time, take your time. Let that exhale become longer even than the inhale. Nice. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. This time we'll count. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those counts are too long or too short. Just move at your own pace. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. You can continue to breathe in this manner with your exhales being slightly longer than your inhales for the remainder of the practice. And notice that when you do so, your body naturally rests, naturally releases tension. Now that you're here as your full self, your whole self, notice that your pace has slowed. Slow, slow. There is no rush at all. And should a worried thought or a troubling thought come up, then just simply inhale and exhale. Allow that exhale to be longer and imagine the tension of that thought just coming, blowing out with the exhale. Notice as you become more present, your attention to detail is more acute, especially when it comes to your inner world, especially when it comes to being in your body. So notice the sensation on the tips of your fingers. There is no next thing. This is the thing. The name of the game tonight, as with every restorative class, is to be as comfortable as possible. So at any point tonight, you find yourself in an uncomfortable position, even if it's just slightly so, shift, including your Sukhasana. Sukhasana is killing you because you've been in Sukhasana for about 15 minutes now. Shift. You have permission to shift, to feel good, to be comfortable. And even with that said, it's time to move anyway. Gently, ever so gently, flutter your eyes open. Grab your book or your block. And let's come into a supported bridge. So, the soles of your feet down on the mat, close enough to your sit bones so that you can graze your fingertips, or so that you can graze your heels with the backs of your fingertips. If you have a block, you can choose if you want it on medium or on low, how high you'd like it. And whenever you're ready, with your feet about hip distance apart, press your feet into the mat, lift your hips up toward the sky, place the block, medium or low, right underneath your sacrum. Nice. Let yourself be supported. Choose where you'd like your arms. Right wide out beside you. Cactus arms to open up the chest a little bit more. Or on your belly so that you can feel the rhythm of your own breath. Make sure that the back of your head is supported. No way are you strained. It's easy to be here. Easy to be here. And as you settle into your first restorative posture, now's a good time to set an intention for tonight. What would you like to cultivate for yourself tonight? What do you want to create? What do you want to focus on? And as you allow yourself to settle in, to be supported in this slight inversion, very slight, but an inversion nonetheless, with your heart above your head, stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, the system for rest, rest and digest. Allow yourself to breathe deeply, to move slowly in your mind, and to let go. Letting go and rest really are intertwined. Because when our system is not used to the safety, is not used to knowing that it's okay to slow down, you may find yourself intermittently with thoughts that may seem worrying or urgent. And if that does happen, then simply focus on your breath. Inhale, long, deep inhale. And exhale, allow the exhale to be longer than the inhale. Melt in, sink in. Slowly, ever so slowly, make your way out of this pose. Press your feet into the ground, lift your hips up toward the sky ever so slightly, just enough so that you can remove the blocks or the books from underneath you. Now, and allow your entire sacrum to come down onto the ground. Hug your knees into the chest. Wow, we're here anyways. A little bit of low back release. And as you allow the soles of your feet to come back down onto the mat, allow the soles of your feet to come together, your knees drop out to either side. If you would like support, you don't want to overextend the hips at all. Again, name of the game tonight, be comfortable. Be comfortable. You can place a block underneath either knee. And your arms, They can be wherever you want, but I encourage you to try cactus arms for this one. A gentle opening throughout the chest. Not only that, but allowing this posture as you're wide open to symbolize this openness, this willingness to receive, to surrender. Just be. When we're exposed this way, actually quite a vulnerable posture. If you notice animals like puppies and kitties, they only um, expose their underbellies when they feel safe with you, when they trust you. So, in a sense, being as you are in reclined butterfly and cactus arms, this is a signal to yourself, or if you'd like, to the universe, that you're open, that you can trust enough to surrender. Trust enough to let go of the parts of you that the ego loves attaching to. That's part of the restlessness. Number one, is that you don't really know what to do with yourself because your body and your mind it's just not used to that way of being in rest. And the second thing with restlessness is this anxiety piece of worrying, hanging on to the need for, well, sometimes the need to worry, but the need to for the ego to cling on and attach to something so that it can remember what so that you can remember who you are. But of course, if you've been practicing for a while, especially through the passage of restorative yoga or meditation, you know that you are not your external environment, not in the least. You are not your worries. You're not your home. You are not even the work that you do. You're bigger than that. So the cool thing about the open focus brain is that I see the correlation between that and mindfulness meditation or Buddhist meditation. All the same thing. And the same thing is nothing, no thing. The goal is to become no thing at all, to completely release the ego so that you can meet your innermost self. We'll try this nothingness on for size in the next pose. On that note, gently make your way out of this pose, maybe using your hands to help draw your knees together. Nice. Hug your knees into your chest. And gently allow your feet to come down. Well, I didn't plan for this, but since we're here anyways, actually, hold that thought about getting into nothingness. Let's do a little something for the hips. There's always something pent up in the hips. Let's do a reclined pigeon. Cross right leg over your left, right toes point up toward the sky. This might feel good for you, good enough for you. If you want more, pick up that left leg and hang on to the back of your left hamstring. Left toes point up toward the sky. Let's take 5 breaths here. These are long breaths, no rush. And gently release on that fifth breath and switch sides. Left leg crosses over the right. Take your time. And if it feels good, you really want it, pick up that right leg. Hang onto the back of your right hamstring. Both sets of toes point up toward the ceiling. 5 breaths. Gently allow that right leg to come back down onto the ground, uncross your legs, and flip onto your belly like a pancake. Crocodile pose. Opposite hand, opposite elbow. Your feet come out to the outer edges of the mat and forehead on forearm. And that's all, that's it. Allow your belly to drop down into the mat. And continue those long breaths. Now, can you imagine the space behind you? The space behind the back of your head, behind your neck and your shoulders, your entire back, buttocks, the space behind your hamstrings, your calves, and the space surrounding the back of your feet. And you sense the space along the back side, the entire back side of your body. And can you sense the space extending out into the room? Noticing the distance between the back side of your body all the way to the top of the ceiling behind you. From the back of your body all the way to the walls beside you. Just imagining all that space. And as you do, notice yourself sinking into a deeper layer of rest.
Fall forward and allow any part of your body that's unnecessarily working or gripping to just simply soften. And then gently, so ever gently, come out of crocodile pose. And let's take a short intermission in Sphinx. Your elbows down by your side, forearms down on the ground, palms of your hands facing the top of the mat. As you're ready, your feet come closer together. They can be a couple of inches apart or they can touch. Toss your feet down, and as you inhale, heart comes up toward the sky. Open up your neck, open up your chest, a long, deep inhale. And exhale. And it feels all right for your lower back. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your mat, turning them out about 45 degrees. They might even have to come out to the outsides of the mat. And inhale, rise all the way up, seal pose, elbows up off of the mat, shoulders away from your ear. Open up your chest, your throat, and feel the gentle stretching through your belly. And exhale, lower all the way back down. Nice. Come on over onto your back. And let's do cattail. This one feels so good. Let's start with the left hand side first. So roll over onto your left hand side. Draw your right knee in front of your left. The left knee comes back behind you. Take a bend into that left knee. If you can use your right hand to grab that left foot. If you can't, if it's actually more straining to take hold of that left foot, then just simply release that left hand up towards your ears. Or if you want a deeper twist than this, your head can come right onto the mat. And so this is a nice deep twist. See if you can draw this right leg forward just a little bit more. Yeah, and if I were there in person, I would take that right hip and just gently rock it forward. Gently release that left leg. Nice. Roll all the way back onto your back. Take a moment here. Flat on your back. Your knees can be bent or straightened out. And when you're ready, come on over toward the right hand side. Nice. This time, your head on your right arm. Draw that left leg behind. Oh, sorry, wrong leg. Right leg behind you. Left leg in front of the right. Take a bend into that right knee, that right leg. If you can, reach back with your left hand
take hold of that right foot. If this is more straining you than it is relaxing you, then just simply release the hold to your right foot. Okay, choose if you want to have your head on your right arm or just right on the mat for a deeper twist. And again, if I were here in person, I would just gently rock that right hip forward. So draw that right leg, or sorry, gently rock that left hip forward. So allow that left knee to come a little bit further out. Nice. Gently, if you have hold of that right foot, release your hold of that right foot. Come all the way back onto your back. Okay, let's set ourselves up for leg up a chair or up the wall. So whether you have a chair or a wall, it's up. Whether you want to use a chair or a wall, it's up to you. Now is also a good time to bring out the pillow and the blanket. So I'm going to use a chair. And if you'd like, you can place a pillow behind your head. I think I'm going to forego that today, but I'm going to bring myself into a nice blanketed position. Whenever you're ready, allow your legs to come up about 90 degrees. So you want your knees to be about 90 degrees. Lie all the way back. Choose what you want to do with your arms. You know the options by now, and you can absolutely make up your own options. Maybe you want your arms right up above your head. Wherever you are, make sure that you are adhering to the theme of these classes, that you are as comfortable as you possibly can be. If that low back is sore, you can even try a pillow or your second blanket right underneath the sacrum as well. And as you settle in, you get yourself adjusted, settle in with a deep, long, deep inhale and exhale. Taking a body scan here to notice if there's any area of your body that can let go just a little bit more, that can soften just a little bit. So I was saying before that a part of this restlessness that we may feel that makes it hard for us to get a good night's sleep or to fall asleep at all, that causes us to feel anxious or irritable or depressed. Part of it comes from the ego needing to cling onto the external world for evidence of who it thinks it is or who you think you are. And so it's almost like this safety mechanism that disallows you from letting go, from truly resting. just in case you forget who you really are, just in case you forget what your troubles are, so that you don't get blindsided by it later. So sometimes if you have a restless mind, you may find yourself in these kind of thought circles, we'll call them, these cycles, vicious cycles of thinking about what you did or did not do, what you did or did not say, kind of throwing shade at yourself, judging yourself for the places that you want to remind yourself are insufficient, for the places that you want to remind yourself are wrong. That's the inner critic. When we're not aware of that inner critic, it runs rampant, it rules our lives, it strips us from any possibility of joy and fulfillment. It won't let us be joyful or fulfilled because it's trying to keep you safe so that you won't forget these judgments that it's making on you. Yet, the very thing that it's afraid of forgetting, is the very thing that's going to soothe it. The poem prepared for you, it's by Dana Fald. She's a wonderful poet. I think what she says here just about sums it up. Awakening now. Why wait for your awakening? Do you value your reasons for staying small more than the light shining through the open door? Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Now is the only time you have to be whole. Now. Now is the sole moment that exists to live in the light of your true nature. Perfection is not a prerequisite for anything but pain. Perfection is not a prerequisite for anything but pain. Please, oh please, don't continue to believe in your stories of deficiency and failure. This is the day of your awakening. Now is the sole moment that exists to live in the light of your true nature. Your true nature is this place that you connect with deep within you when you're willing to surrender and meet that ever-present sense of stillness, peace, and clarity that is always available to you. Can you let go now so that you can meet this inner place?
Long, deep inhale. An even longer exhale. Begin to shift your way out of this pose and into the final pose of the night, Shavasana. So you might want to set yourself up for Shavasana with perhaps a pillow underneath your head, maybe one underneath your knees to help support that low back. Now is a really good time for that blanket if you don't already have it on, for that eye pillow if you don't already have it on, making yourself as comfortable as possible. And once you've made all necessary adjustments, then find yourself in Shavasana. Your legs straight out in front of you, feet flopped out to either which way, your hands down beside you, palms face the sky. Give yourself a little bit of real estate with your arms too. Not having your arms so far out that your shoulders come up to your ears, but enough so that both shoulder blades are completely flat against the mat. And settle in with a deep breath. Long, deep inhale through your nose. Side out through your mouth. Don't hold back. Sink in, sink down. Drop back into a deeper layer of relaxation. Let's do this whole open focus thing. Imagine what it would feel like if you were lying on a bed of clouds. What would it feel like if you were lying on a bed of clouds? You feel the soft, airy support underneath your back, your buttocks, your legs. Can you feel your feet, the sensation of it, and it's up in the air? The space around your feet. If you were to lie on a bed of clouds, the space around your lower legs, your calves, your shins. If you were to be lying on a bed of clouds, the space around your knees, airy support underneath your knees. The space around your upper legs, above and around your upper legs. You lie on the airy support of a bed of clouds. The space around your hips, your torso, your belly, and your rib cage. The space around your arms,
Space between your hands and your hips. The space between your arms and your torso. You lie there with your hands by your sides, palms facing the sky. The space around your chest, space around your shoulders, your neck. As you lie there on a bed of clouds, can you sense the space around your ears? The space between your neck and your shoulders. The space around the entire circumference of your head. The space in front of your forehead. The space between your brows. If you were floating on a bed of clouds, could you sense the space all around your body? All of the space in the sky, extending far beyond what your eyes can see. You just feel the space around you and extending into the sky. You float on a bed of clouds. In Dana Fald's words, do you value your reasons for staying small more than the light shining through the open door? Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Now is the only time you have to be whole. Now. Now is the sole moment that exists to live in the light of your true nature.
Awaken ever so gently, just enough to hear my words as I give you the option to stay in Shavasana if you can, as long as you can. Or if you do need to continue on with the rest of your evening, then to get up slowly, slower than you want, and in the absolute presence that you've cultivated for yourself. And before you either sink back into Shavasana on your bed of clouds, or you choose to continue on with your day, I'll leave you here. I'll say namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. I look forward to seeing you in the next class.